Rising 14,179 feet above the landscape, Mount Shasta is a towering sentinel of the Northern California wilderness. Its perfectly conical peak is wreathed in snow, and its slopes are dense with forests of pine and cedar. But beneath these familiar sights and sounds lies something far stranger than most dare imagine. For decades, this mountain has been a magnet for the unexplained, from ancient Lemurian legends to mysterious lights seen hovering above its summit. Is there truly a gateway to another world hidden in plain sight? Let's explore. In the summer of 2007, a group of campers from San Francisco decided to go hiking near Panther Meadow on the western flank of Mount Shasta. According to local lore, this area is rich with spiritual energy and is said to be one of the most powerful vortex sites on Earth. Perhaps the group was hoping to experience this energy for themselves. That evening, after pitching their tents, several hikers reported seeing 3 strange glowing orbs floating silently above the tree line. These objects made no sound, moved in a synchronized triangle, and glowed a bright blue color. One of the campers, Melissa T., later recounted the scene in an interview. She said the orbs seemed to hover silently and majestically above the mountain. They were perfectly still and floated in a triangular formation like nothing we'd ever seen before. Fascinated, Melissa and her companion began hiking up the mountain to get a closer look. As they climbed higher, the forest grew thinner, the air thinner still. And soon the 3 strange lights appeared just over the next ridge. To their astonishment, as they watched, 2 of the orbs slowly descended down the slope and vanished from sight. Melissa said she felt an overwhelming sense of peace and connection with nature, unlike anything she'd ever experienced. Then suddenly, inexplicably, Melissa and her companions began to feel a strong urge to follow the orbs. Despite having no clear view of where they landed, the 3 hikers began wandering off down the slope, deeper and deeper into the forest. According to Melissa, they followed an invisible path, drawn by an unseen force. After about an hour, they found themselves in a completely different area of the mountain. Confused, they checked their compasses, which were spinning wildly and seemed to be malfunctioning. Then they noticed something even stranger. Their watches, cell phones, and other electronic devices were dead, drained of battery power for no apparent reason. Panicked now, the group turned around and began hiking back toward the trailhead, following what little light they could see through the dense trees. After what felt like hours, though likely only minutes, they finally emerged from the woods to find their camp. Disoriented, shaken, and barefoot, the hikers immediately called for help. Rescuers arrived quickly. The campers were so disoriented, they couldn't provide any clear directions to where they had been. A local paranormal investigator later interviewed the group. He believed they had stumbled into an area of intense electromagnetic energy, perhaps caused by a natural anomaly or advanced technology. Whatever the case, the hikers had experienced a phenomenon known as missing time, a common element in alien abduction cases. Melissa and one of her companions never returned to Mount Shasta. The other hiker, however, was so intrigued by his experience that he went back several times hoping to find answers. But each time he approached the mountain, he felt compelled to turn back. But the mystery doesn't end there. 1985, a man named Jerry Willis claimed he had his own brush with the unexplained on Mount Shasta. While hiking alone near the summit, he encountered a tall, thin man wearing a white robe. Jerry described the man as having golden skin, flowing white hair, and deep blue eyes. Startled, Jerry asked the man his name, and in an instant, the man sent a thought directly into his mind. He told Jerry he was a Lemurian, an ancient race said to dwell within the earth. Taking Jerry by the hand, the being led him through a nearby crevice near the summit. This opened to a hidden cavern that descended deep into the mountain. Inside, Jerry saw huge crystals and humming machines unlike anything he'd ever seen. At the end of the tunnel, he came upon a vast chamber filled with light. There in the center sat a large, disc-shaped craft glowing softly. Jerry approached and reached out to touch it. Then everything went black. He awoke sometime later near his campsite with no memory of how he got back. His compass no longer worked, and his camera, which he had specifically set to photograph the man, was completely wiped of all images. Jerry would go on to speak at UFO conferences around the country, claiming Mount Shasta is a portal used by extraterrestrials and inner Earth beings. Adding to the mystery, the U.S. Forest Service has restricted access to many caves and areas around the summit. citing vague reasons of safety and preservation. Some believe the government knows the truth about Telos and is desperately trying to keep it secret. Others think Shasta may be one of several entrances to a global inner Earth network. What is certain is that the mountain holds more than just snow and stone. Do you believe Mount Shasta is hiding a gateway to another dimension? Or do you have a different explanation for the strange activity reported there?